Here is the truth. Your dream life is not just built by the traditional route of working hard, getting an education, settling down, and being happy with it in the way that you were taught. It's built by designing it through your vision, your identity, your habits, your routines, and your goals. And you don't have to follow the safe path that everybody tells you is the right way if that is not the path that fulfills you. If you feel like you're meant for more, you want more, and you want to go for more, you do not have to settle for someone else's idea or society's idea of success. And that's why we're going to be breaking these 4 steps down in today's video to help you create the roadmap to your absolute dream life. So if you feel stuck right now and you know you want more and you know you're meant for more in life, you just don't know what you need to change or where to go or what to do next, this video is going to give you the exact roadmap you need to start creating your dream life effortlessly with no more second guessing, no more over hustling, no more working for somebody else's dream, just simply alignment and success. Hi, I'm Nyree, and I love helping ambitious young women step into their future self and create the life that they dream of, because that is exactly what I've been doing over the last 2 years myself, and I have not regretted a moment of it. So if you are ready to build your absolute dream life from the inside out, then please subscribe, because every single week I'm going to be dropping frameworks that actually work to help you move the needle and get there. And in every single video I'm going to be giving resources, workbooks at the end of the video that can help you not just learn everything I talk about today, but also implement it into your life so you can guarantee that you get your results. Before we start, let's dive in with a little bit of context, because I used to think my dream life was something that was going to happen when I got good enough grades in school, I went to a good university, I studied a high level of degree, I got a good job, and I just hustled my life away until people gave me enough titles that I felt good enough about myself. But I kept achieving things as a child and I never really felt like it was enough. I knew I wanted more, and even though everyone else was telling me I did a good job, it didn't feel good to me. What changed everything is when I realized that you do not actually have to settle or mold yourself to fit everybody else's expectation of what's good enough or what makes you successful enough. Because what is the point in living a life just to please everybody else but constantly disappointing and not feeling good in yourself? And when you're living in alignment and you're living towards your purpose and your desire for more and your actual dream life, things can come to you a lot easier than you actually think that they can. So let's dive into step number 1 of this video, which is the Dream Life Roadmap. This is all about your vision and getting specific, because I hate to break it to you, but you cannot build what you can't see. And if you know you're meant for more, but you just don't have the vision, you don't know exactly what to do yet, this is exactly what you need. I know a lot of young women who have this criteria where they're like, I want to be successful young, I want to be a millionaire, I want to have a business, I want to travel the world, I want to take care of my family. Does it sound like you? I hate to tell you this, but these are not visions, and this is where people get tripped up. These are goals or milestones that you can hit on the way to your vision. But the reason that you are not achieving these things yet is because you need the vision to drive you there. So what you need to do is create an actual vision of what your life is going to look like, what you are striving towards, what your life is going to be on a day-to-day basis, what you live by, what values you have. And have such a clear and specific vision for yourself that it's easy enough to reverse engineer to figure out what you need to be doing now in order to get there. So the first thing you have to define is your mission, and this is your why. And the reason you have to have a strong why and a strong mission is every single thing you do is going to relate back to that. When you want to be consistent, when you want to be doing things every week that are moving the needle towards it, when you are goal setting, they all need to be in relation to this why and this mission, because that is the thing that's going to keep you going. So I'm going to put a bunch of questions on the screen that you have to answer, which are going to help you define your mission and your why. Pause this video, take a couple minutes to answer it, or as long as you need, and then when you're finished answering the questions, resume play and we'll move on to the next section. And these are all in the workbook as well, so if you're just watching this video and you don't want to do the exercises as you go along, then it's fine. You can take the workbook away that I'm going to link below, and at the end you can do all of these as you want to. The second set of questions that you have to ask yourself are to define your core values. So this is like your inner compass. I always think about when you're building your life, you should look at it like it's a business and that you are a brand. And brands have very clear values and guidelines that make sure they stay on brand so that they all are attributing to their bigger mission in life. And when you you choose the values you want to live by, this will help you make decisions in alignment with these values, so you only make decisions that align with the life that you want to live. So here are some questions on the screen that you can use to figure out what your core values are. Take as much time as you need and then we'll visit. Okay, third is when we're actually going to craft the vision. We have the why, we have our core values, let's visualize it. These questions on the screen are going to help you get very specific about what your life looks like in every area of your life, who you are that's living that life, who you are surrounded with in that life, and what is important to you, what impact you want to make with that life. And when you can visualize that as a clear, this is what my life looks like, this is the person I show up as, this is what every day looks like, it is so much easier to strive towards that vision. And now that we have the vision, you want to go into the goals. So this is actually breaking down the strategic targets, the things that you want to hit on the way to. So these are the questions on the screen that you can use in order to start defining your long-term goals that align with this vision that you have. Take as much time as you need to go through all these questions, and then we're going to move on to step number 2. Okay. Step number 2, which is your identity. You've now defined your vision and the person that you need to be with this, but how are you going to step into that version of yourself and embody her? Because something you need to understand is your current identity is only giving you your current results. So why would you think that staying the same person as you are now is going to connect you with this vision that you now have for yourself? And this is all to do with your beliefs. So what a lot of people don't understand is what you believe now and whatever beliefs you hold about yourself define everything you experience in your life, and there's neuroscience to back this. And it's also going to affect how you show up in the world, and this is arguably going to be one of the biggest sabotagers if you don't work on this step, because everything stems from your identity. Something I want to help you understand is your self-concept. I just dropped my pen. Your self-concept is your self-perception. It's what you believe about yourself, and that is the lens through which you will see the world. So if you believe you are not good enough, your brain will filter evidence to show you that you are not good enough. So whatever beliefs you hold, they have to be in alignment with the life you want. You have to believe you're worthy of the life you want. You have to believe you're capable of it. You have to believe you're the kind of person who can have it. Otherwise, your brain will be working against you and you will be sabotaging yourself no matter how much work you do. And that's why so many people work so hard towards their goals and still don't get there, because they are actively working against the identity they hold. So now we're going to go into some more questions. This video is very practical, so this is very much pen and paper. Okay, so the first thing is understanding who you are now. You have to be aware of your current identity in order to change it. So you're going to ask yourself these questions on the screen to help understand who you are. And then we're going to move on to the next set of questions, which is who you are becoming. You have to understand who you want to be in order to make this identity shift. Answer all these questions and help you define that future version of yourself. And when you're imagining who you want to be, think specifically in terms of who is living that vision that we've already defined before. That woman who has your dream life, she's living your dream day, she has everything you want, she's embodying the vision that you have. Who is she? And make sure that this person you are intending on becoming is that person who is living your vision. Here are the questions. Okay, and then part 3 of this is living the identity shift. So you have who you are and you have who you're becoming, but how are you going to start to integrate this and make sure you go from point A to point B? This is going to look like your habits, your rituals, your system, noticing where you're still acting from your old self, environments, boundaries, and any shifts you can start making, small or big, start integrating them into your daily life to immediately start noticing the evolution in who you are becoming. I always love the question, if someone followed me around for 7 days, what would they assume I believed about myself? Because your actions and everything you do on the outside and you experience in your world is very much reflection of what is going on internally and your beliefs about yourself. How you show up really is determined by what you believe and how you think about yourself. And so it's very important to be aware of what would someone else assume about me, because that tells you everything about how you are living your life and showing up based on your belief system. Okay, step number 3. This is the actual implementation, the habits, building the micro evidence in your life to start making and integrating that lifestyle shift. Lives are built through what you do daily. People get so caught up in the idea of this big thing is going to happen that they don't think about all the little micro actions that you need to be doing every day, every week, every month that are going to lead to the long-term results. Start stacking small wins, looking at from the previous section when you've defined the difference between you now and the version of you want to become. Start noticing what are micro shifts I can make in my life, little habits I can make, different routines I can have, different systems I can have in my life that allow me to shift into that version of myself. And then you want to start stacking them up until they become non-negotiable. So usually I will pick 3 to 5 things every single week that I will do, that I'm saying this is a new thing I'm going to be implementing into my life this week. And I start stacking them up. I don't start with doing this whole 12-step routine at once. I think about little shifts I want to make in my daily life that start aligning me towards that person. And once I'm consistent with them and they are now a part of my routine, then I allow myself to add new ones on. So it can be a couple weekly, a couple monthly, take it at your own pace. But as long as you are starting to integrate these until they're becoming habits in your life and you are noticing the difference and shift in them, you can start adding in more. I have a whole Notion dashboard, which I'm going to be sharing in the Notion workbook because I love some implementation and I love giving the value. So in this Notion dashboard, it is all about the routines you have, the weekly rhythms you have, the weekly things you do to guarantee that you're getting towards your goals, the daily habits that you have, tracking your habits, automation, delegation, basically everything you need to be looking at that you're going to put into your week that are going to be done on a recurring basis to guarantee that you get to your bigger vision. And this is very important that when you are creating these, you want to refer back to the bigger vision. So for example, if one of my big visions and my big pictures is I'm running the business that I absolutely love of my dreams, and you know what business that's going to be, what are small things that you can do daily, weekly or monthly to guarantee that you are taking strides towards them? And it doesn't have to be huge things. It could be, I'm going to post on social media once every single day. That is a habit that you can have that is leading towards that bigger vision goal that you have for your life. And you want to do it in every area. Go through all of the goals you have, all of the things you have in your big picture vision and who you want to be, and then from that take away what are small habits I can do every day. Maybe if you wanted to be the super confident version of yourself, maybe you have a small future you visualization you do every morning as part of your morning routine that helps you step into that person, makes you feel more confident and helps you show up differently. You want to start thinking about what are the different things I can use. And as a little other pro tip, you can use ChatGPT to help you figure out what these habits and routines can be. You can put your vision into ChatGPT, you can put your goals into ChatGPT, and then you can ask it, what are morning routines, evening routines, weekly to-dos that will help me get to that version of myself and that vision I want for my life. And you don't have to implement them all at once. Just like I said before, start stacking them up over time. But this is a way to guarantee that you can come out of each week and say, I know that this week I at least did certain things that helped me even just progress a little bit towards my dream life. So you don't have to go another week in your life thinking that, okay, what am I going to do? Where do I start? How do I go? You're already implementing it. Step number 4 is about your environment and aligning your world. Your environment will make or break your dream life. So you have to curate spaces, environments, people, routines, everything that surrounds you to support the vision that you have, not sabotage it. So I am going to give you something, a little exercise that I use that again, it's got a whole Notion dashboard for it in the Notion that goes along with this video that's going to be linked below. It's my energetic boundaries list, and I am so particular with this. So the first thing is I have my non-negotiables, and I'm going to put the list on the screen so you can help define your non-negotiables. These are things that no matter what, I'm holding by these standards. Non-negotiables for me, this is the standard I'm setting for myself and for other people. Second one is your red flags, which are your personal alerts to watch out for. If you know sometimes that you can be rather not blind but very forgiving and giving people the benefit of the doubt for their behaviors, which is a good thing. You want to have a list of behaviors that you can look at them when people are repeatedly doing these behaviors. This is something that you don't want to tolerate in your life anymore. So it can look like people who dismiss or undermine your progress or your growth or your journey. You know those people that say, oh, how's your little business doing? Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, I don't mess with those people at all. Different environments that you don't want to constantly surround yourself with. Conversations that you don't want to be having. You want to just create a list of things that immediately don't feel good to you and that you know you're not benefiting from in any way that you want to be mindful of. So when you notice these things, you can remove yourself from them. And then lastly, your what I protect at all costs list. And I just put some examples here. I have things that are sacred. And I think this is very important as you progress through your journey, because you're going to have different people come in and out of your life. You might even be single right now, or you might be in a relationship but you don't live with someone yet. There's important things that you have to have in your life as a non-negotiable, so even when your life shifts, these things don't shift. One of my most important things is my morning routine is super important to me to start the day off right. And when I got married, very recently, my husband, I had to let him know when we are living together, this is still a non-negotiable for me. So he knows to give me that space in the morning. He can either join me or leave me be. But that is one of my non-negotiables, because I know how important this is to progress towards my vision and my dream life. And so that is a boundary that I have to set. It can really be anything that's important and matters to you. And what you can do is have a monthly check-in with yourself where you can ask yourself these questions to see how aligned you have been living with your energetic boundaries left. Notice where you honored yourself, notice where you stuck to what you said you were going to do, notice where you were good with your boundaries, and notice where you maybe weren't. And don't have any anger or hate towards yourself. Don't be like, oh, I can't believe I didn't stick to this, you're so stupid, you did it again. No, none of that. You're going to approach it with love and be like, hey, in this area of my life, I did not stick to these as well this month, but that's okay. Let's do a little bit of reflection about why I maybe didn't do this and what I can do to better approach it next month. And finally, I have a little section which is like your support circle audit. You don't want to just take people out of your life who are not supporting your vision. You also want to be adding people into your life who do support it. Otherwise, you will get caught in a loop that I have been in for so long until recently, which is just being so focused on yourself and just really avoiding everyone else in your life. I went through a couple of years where I really haven't had many friends, and I just kind of pushed everyone out because I was so focused on my vision and I didn't want anyone getting in the way of that. So it's important to remember that when you are filtering people out of your life who are not in alignment with you, you're also filling it with people who are. You can use this little section here, which is going to help you define your support circle. Again, it's all in the workbook, so at your own pace. And that is the 4 steps. So just now for a little bit of integration, like I said, the whole entire Notion workbook is going to be linked below, which you can use, and it's got all of the exercises we spoke about so you can really properly integrate this lifestyle shift. Because now that you have your vision and your roadmap and you have who you need to become and the shift you're going to make in your self-concept, the habits and routines and lifestyle changes and the environment shifts, there is no reason that your dream life cannot come effortlessly, because you are putting all these small things in place in your life to guarantee that you get from point A to point B in the most efficient way possible, and also in a way that feels good to you. And it's also important to remember that this is not about creating a routine and then that's what you do for the rest of your life. You can experiment with things. There's some things that feel good to other people and don't feel good to others. Your vision might slightly alter over time once you learn new things about yourself. It's important to be flexible, but always know that you can get there. You are 100% going to get to your vision. But I just want you to remember that it's okay to try these things. It's okay to experiment with these things, as long as you are always making sure you're putting in effort every single day, even just a little bit, to honor that vision that you are going towards, because that is how roadmaps are formed. Thank you so much for watching. If this video helped you, please subscribe. I'll be posting videos every single week. I'm actually going to try and challenge myself. I want to be posting multiple times a week. So if you are ready for the transformation of the century for this September lock-in, then please subscribe. You're gonna love what I put out. I'll always put practical steps and implementation, so there'll always be something for you to guarantee that you are taking away from this. And if you want to follow my journey along on Instagram, that is where I have some of my best audience. We're a small but very loving community over there who I'm always helping. I'm always getting DMs from people asking how they can progress towards their best self and who they want to be. And so if you want some support in that sense, please head over to my Instagram at Nyree's Mind and feel free to DM me. If you want to go a little bit further on your transformation right now, I have put some content out about how to stop caring what other people think on your journey to success and also feeling more worthy and confident. So if these are something that you want to watch, then please feel free to go and watch those videos, which I will also link below. Thank you so much for watching. I absolutely love making these videos, so I'm very excited to see you in the next one, and I hope you have the most amazing time doing these exercises, defining your roadmap, defining your vision, and I cannot wait to see what is to come for you. Bye. Oh, so tanned. I'm just back from my holiday, so I was in Malta and it was amazing and I got the best tan, so I'm feeling myself today. Like, the way I'm looking in is we are going in. Video is the one for you. Oh, I almost dropped my laptop. I have so many clumsy moments. When I was on vacation, I walked into a balcony and banged my head on it. So, something I need to work on. Oh gosh. Okay, bye.